the 5-Minute Professor, and it's time for the What I Think Wednesday story, and today I'm going to ask a favor, not necessarily of you. You probably don't ever do this, but if you hear someone, remind them, I said to stop. So there's this story about my aunt. Now, my aunt grew up in Maine, and she and my uncle, they lived in Maine, out on the lake, and they liked it there. But then it was so hard to get to see doctors as they were getting older. So they used to go into the city, but that was just hard for them to go into the city all the time. So eventually, they didn't sell the place. They changed the place into a place where they could go back and forth in the wintertime. Long story short, that is not a long story short. That's a long story. Long story short means instead of telling you a long story, I'm going to tell you a short story. It does not mean in summation. Normally, when I hear someone say long story short, in my brain, I say too late. It's a long story. And I know that Bob, who edits these videos, is saying to himself, that's hysterical. But I don't pretend I'm telling short stories. I tell long stories. I will not say long story short because I tell long stories. While we're here, I wish you would go and take a look at the video about Aesop's fable, The Lion's Share, and find out why we should stop saying the lion's share when we really mean most everything. Because the lion's share is absolutely everything, and it's not your fault that you don't use it that way. And I know that the meaning of words and phrases change over time, but it happens because we're lazy about understanding what things really mean. Similarly, there is not an expression which means to take a different tact. It's actually to take a different tack. It is a sailing term. Tacking is when you go diagonally across the wind. And to take a different tack means to turn the boat in a different direction. It is a different tack. Similarly, we do not wreak havoc. Wreaking havoc means that we take havoc or chaos. You also will say wreck chaos. We wreak havoc by ruining the havoc, by making things nice. What we really do is we wreak havoc. We make something come about. Wreak havoc. And in a moment, I'm going to take a deep breath. But before we do that, when you tow the line, you are not pulling a line. You are not towing a line. You are not hooking it to the back of a truck and carrying it somewhere. You are stepping up to the line and touching the line with your toe. It is towing the line. It's a military expression where you come up to where you're supposed to be. You tow the line. You do your job. You do not pull the line. You step up and put your toe on the line. That's what I think. Perceptum, quispium, damnitium. Learn something, damn it. I'm the 5-Minute Professor, and thank you very much for listening to today's lesson. If you have any comments at all, please put them in the comments section down below. And of course, like it and subscribe to the channel. But most important, if you liked it, if you commented, and if you subscribed, tell your friends. Perceptum, quispium, damnitium. Learn something, damn it.